Hi, I'm Jonathan Amy, and we're here again with Steve Ward. We're going to talk about a nice broad way to look at challenging behaviors that might be occurring now in this unprecedented time. So here you go, Steve.
Okay, great. Here I want to look at kind of the whole ABC, the whole antecedent behavior consequence, and look at how we're going to manage that in a way that doesn't earn us, hopefully, too much more problem behavior than we would have gotten in a normal environment, right? If we weren't all self-quarantined together.
Yeah.
So the way I look at it is just what Terry and I have always recommended if one of our kids was sick, if they had a cold, okay? So of course, it's very reasonable to assume that they're going to be a little bit less tolerant of things, a little bit less energy, a little more cloudy-headed, not as effective with things. We don't have to kick butt on the next amazing academic accomplishment with them, right? We would take it kind of easy. But what we do, let me start this on the reactive side. There's a tendency that happens where people say, okay, the kid did this, he bit his sister. Okay, and so maybe, and that's just an example, of course. So you guys have a plan that you've been running with your behavior analyst for what happens when the kid bites his sister. Maybe he loses a token, or maybe he doesn't get to use electronics for half an hour, or something happens. Okay, so if that has been your plan, and now he's stuck in home quarantine with everyone, with all of you guys, so we want to be more generous or accommodating. Too many people abandon the reactive plan that they had. Right, and that can be problematic because behavior that should have been either not reinforced. Maybe we didn't give him the iPad because he bit, because that would distract him. Right, there's a pretty good reason not to give him an iPad after biting. We don't want to go back on the reactive side and do real harm to the levels of the problem behaviors, where they're going to probably go up if they're getting away with it and or being reinforced. Having those behaviors reinforced. But what we do if a kid has a cold or if they're self-quarantined is we look at the antecedent side a lot. So I want you running their behavior plan for biting their sister, but if one of their biggest picadillos is hearing the word no, you know what? For these couple of weeks, we can find a way around saying the word no for a couple of weeks. We don't really necessarily have to use that word if that's their thing. If they really hate handwriting, we don't have to kick butt, set new records for handwriting these couple of weeks. Right? We can find things that we can spend more time doing things they like to do on the antecedent side while expecting them to be good members of our little society.
Yeah, that's great. Thank you so much for that, Steve.